This is the solution to the first problem of your homework. In this problem, we're given that we have a truck rental company, and the information we have is that the capital cost for a new pickup truck is $30,000. We also are given that the service life for the truck is 5 years, and that at the end of 5 years, we can resell the truck for $10,000. We also know that there's an annual maintenance cost for the trucks of $4,000 per year, and that the company's minimum acceptable rate of return is 7%. And finally, we know that the projected rental is only 250 days out of the year. That is, we don't expect to rent the truck every day of the year, but just 250 days out of each year. What we want to find is a daily truck rental rate that's needed for us to make the company's minimum acceptable rate of return. So the solution to this, the very first step, is to draw a cash flow diagram. This is critically important that you start with drawing a cash flow diagram. So let's do that. So we're going to do this for a period of 5 years, since that's the service life of the truck. And at the very beginning, in year 0, we're going to have a negative cash flow of $30,000 to purchase the truck. And then in year 5, we're going to be able to sell the truck for $10,000, and that'll be a positive cash flow. And for years 1 through 5, every year, we're going to have a $4,000 negative cash flow, which are the maintenance costs. Now, some people stopped here at their cash flow diagram, but you're missing an important piece of it, which is the positive rental that we're going to get each year that we're renting the truck. So this is the complete cash flow diagram. So now we can get on and solve the problem. Here's our cash flow diagram. And the way we're going to solve the problem is to find a rental rate R such that the equivalent cash value for this cash flow is 0. Now I can do that by either comparing a present value, or the annuity, or the future value. Since the rental rate is an annuity, I'm going to use the annuity to compare the different cash flows. So what I need to do is convert everything in this cash flow diagram to an annuity. I'll start with the $30,000 initial investment. So to convert that to an annuity, I'm going to take the $30,000 and I'm going to multiply it by the equivalence factor for an annuity given a present value. That's also known as the capital recovery factor. So I'll use the capital recovery factor with an interest rate of 7% for 5 years. Next, I want to convert the $10,000 we get at the end to an annuity. For that, I'll take the $10,000 and I'll multiply it by the equivalence factor for an annuity given a future value, since that's in the future. And that's also known as a sinking fund factor. So I'll use the sinking fund factor for an interest rate of 7%, or MAR, for 5 years. And to that, I'll simply subtract the $4,000 annual maintenance costs and add in the annual rental costs. And then what I want to do is set all that equal to 0. So if that's equal to 0, then I know that I'll have a rental cost that will meet our MAR of 7%. So we'll do those calculations. So the capital recovery factor is the interest rate 0.07 times 1 plus 0.07 raised to 5 for the 5 years, all divided by 1 plus 0.07 raised to the 5 minus 1. Our sinking fund factor is the interest rate 0.07 divided by 1 plus 0.07 raised to the 5th power minus 1, all times the $10,000 of the return at the end. And I need to subtract $4,000 a year and add in my yearly rental. So I'm just going to solve for R now. So I have, I'm expanding out my equivalence factors, excuse me. So it's going to give me 30 times 0.2439 plus 10 times 0.1739 minus 4 plus R. Now I'll solve for R. and R is simply going to be 7.317 minus 1.739 plus 4. That's equal to 9.578. Remember, those were in thousands of dollars, so that's $9,578. And don't forget, that's dollars per year. But that's not what the problem asked for. It asked for the daily rate. So here's where we need to do a little unit analysis to make sure we get the right number. What we need to do is take that $9,578 per year, and we're going to divide it by the 250 days per year that we have rental. The years will cancel out, and that'll give us $38.30 per day that we need to charge in order for us to make a return on our investment here of 7%. So that's the right answer, $38.30 per day. So let's summarize some of the key concepts here. First, you always must draw a cash flow diagram at the beginning. If you don't draw a cash flow diagram, you're probably going to miss something and get the problem wrong. Second, we're going to take all the costs and convert them to either a current present value in an equivalence, an annuity value, or a future value using our equivalence factors. And then finally, we're going to use unit analysis to ensure that we have the right solution in the end and check our units. I hope that helps.